every moment counts. Every interaction with your brand makes a difference. Your customers or your prospective customers who've seen your message before or seen your brand before have an expectation. And the first impression of every interaction will determine how your customer perceives your brand. They will be delighted or disappointed. It's one or the other. So every interaction changes your perception. It might change it up a notch, be more happy, more delighted, or more disappointed. And it's that first impression that's so important. If your customer is disappointed when they first meet you, you can change that, you can fix that, you can work with them to understand what their pains are to fix it. But the perception here is still of disappointment. Okay, you've made it better, but they started from a position of disappointment. Every time someone interacts with your brand, their perception changes. This might be the first video you've seen from me. You now have an expectation of the next one, or the next time you see me. You'll either be delighted or disappointed, but your perception of me will not remain the same. And it's the same for your brand. And that's why it's so important that that first impression counts so much, that it's so important that you have to think about the customer journey before they even get to you. So if somebody is coming to visit your company in person, you should be thinking about, is your receptionist going to give your customer a delightful experience? But even before that, if your customer is going to travel to come to your office, if you know that that journey is going to be awful, if there are pain points along the way, then you need to tell your customer beforehand, because if they arrive at your office really disappointed, really annoyed because of the traffic, that will change the perception of your brand. So if you can, you've got to manage that journey. You've got to tell them, oh, if you're coming this way, you need to avoid that bridge. I always go this way. Help your customer on their journey. This is as true physically as it is online. You need to make it so it's easy for your customer to find you, and then their journey online needs to be frictionless and easy so that they get the information you want. It's so important that this starts right at the beginning. It's the first impression that matters more than anything else. This is as true for business as it is at home. So think about it. If you are physically going into the office and then you come home, if you have other people in the house, so a spouse, a partner, or children, that first impression, that first experience when you walk through the door sets their perception of you in stone. So if you come through the door and say, yeah, sorry, put your bag down, I've just got to do this, I can't talk to you now, I've got to make that call, I've got to do this, then you've just broken the heart of your child who wanted to show you that picture that they've been working so hard on all day. You've upset your partner who wanted to tell you what had happened with their day. That first impression is so important. And so when you come home, you've got to be that perfect partner, that perfect parent, and give those people the first 5 minutes of your attention, so that then they think you've allowed them to be what they need to be and tell you what they want to tell you. And then after that first 5 minutes, you can say, look, I've just got to go and make this call now. I'll be back in, whatever. I've just really got to do this. But you're already the perfect person, the perfect parent. First impressions count for your brand, but for you. I hope that helps.